My name is Shiera O'Brien. I'm the Managing Director of a company called Zenith Training and Development. And the key area I focus on is obviously training and developing people within businesses, specifically in the sales area, because really sales is the lifeblood of the business. So what I do is go in and work with teams, work with individual sales professionals to help them change their selling behaviour, but more specifically to really get to understand the psychology of buying, because if you understand that, your sales really do start to skyrocket. I think there's a combination of traits that might hold women back in business. Well, first of all, it is experience. You have to get some experience under your belt, so that comes with time. But essentially, I think it's having a really clear vision and really understanding the market. So it's understanding why do people do business with you and really doing some market research. But then apart from that is having a good support group around you, and that includes whether it's your financial, whether it's financial institutions, whether it's colleagues, and anyone that can support the business. And then at the end of the day is really, it's going to be about your confidence, your ability to do it, to get the job done, and to keep going even when things get tough, because there's very few businesses that will start off and suddenly skyrocket. It's quite unusual. It can take 5 to 10 years to really get a business up and running. Upskilling is a lifelong thing. To me, upskilling is about lifelong learning. And there's a very simple thing you can do every single day. You don't need to go to a course. You can read. There are tons of amazing business books out there about success stories, about psychology, about how the business world works. And it's as simple as that, is go get some great books out there. There's some great mentors. There's some great examples of great business success. And really reading about leaders in business. And when it comes to women, maybe reading stories about great leaders who are women in business. And that to me would be the simplest thing you can do every single day to upskill. There's a lady called Farini who used to run Hewlett Packard, and she built that business. She started as a secretary and ended up running this massive organisation. But what's really interesting about her story is that she found it really, really tough at times, very challenging. A lot of people around her who were against her when she made tough decisions, but she understood that was part of doing business. She's an amazing inspiration. But in terms of Irish businesses, you have Anne Herity, who started CPL, which is a massive recruitment company that went on the stock market. And she started that with a computer in a room all by herself. She probably didn't have many people to talk to except the people she phoned every day. She's an incredible inspiration. She ended up on the board of directors of many companies around the country. I mean, there's many lists, there's many people out there that have really made it happen in Ireland, so I think there are people to look up to. Making mistakes is part of business. I mean, if you look at many American companies, you hear about the American goes into business and fails 15 times, but they don't fail, they learn how to do it, how not to do it. So I think every single time is to look at a mistake is a reflection to you that maybe this isn't quite working, because you think one way but the market is giving you back a different message. So it's really just to take it and say, well, that's something not to do in the future. And I think going forward it really is to understand that it's a reflection also of where you need to grow. And the key piece is not to knock yourself and go, oh, I'm terrible at business. Or it's really to say, well, okay, let's park it, let's move on. And I think that's a key piece, is just keep moving forward and surround yourself with dream builders instead of what I call dream bashers. That would be a big thing. Just the dream builders are going to support you, the others can maybe go somewhere else and hang out with other people. So.